I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft, and before I get to today's question, I just want to say what a delightful time I had at the Cleveland Concoction Convention. I highly recommend that if you get the opportunity, you go and attend and see for yourself. It was a strange and wondrous time. Now, on to today's question, which comes from a young viewer who wants to know whether or not my story, Dagon, acted as something of a narrative prototype for my much later story, The Call of Donald. Longtime viewers will know that I'm not legally allowed to speak the name of my rather famous squamous creation. And it's a question that I truly can appreciate because on the surface there are many similarities. Both stories involve the great wide Pacific Ocean. They involve a colossal entity rising up from the depths, carved statues from alien intelligences. But that's really where all the similarities end. For you see, both stories are doing very different things. Dagon, of course, is all from one man's perspective as he touches upon and witnesses something absolutely shocking which irrevocably harms his life, and The Call of Donald is much more of a mystery and a tale of conspiracies. There's many characters, many points of views that are all coming together to give us a glimpse at these otherworldly nightmares. Now, of course, The Call of Donald is a later story of mine, it's a longer story of mine, and it's able to explore these things with a bit more vitality, but nevertheless, I do think that these stories are doing something very fundamentally different. And the similarities that exist really just come from the fact that I'm not particularly fond of the ocean and whatever hides in those murky waves. And as for both monstrosities being rather large, well, that just comes with the genre of horror. It's usually far more interesting to have your monster be the size of a mountain than 2 inches tall. I will say this, though. Should I ever come around to trying to write about similar themes in this modern era, I would find it exceedingly difficult. Because of all the monsters that are out there in the waves, the absolute worst one has proven to be, well, us. Think of it. Our rapacious industry is devouring all marine life. We're acidifying the oceans. We're absolutely pulling out the oxygen so that precious little can live there. And the worst part about being the real monster is that it's just so contrived and cliche. And as humans go, we're not particularly inspiring monsters. I mean, there's nothing squamous or rugose about us. We're just these sort of fleshy, anxious pig apes. As a professional revisionist, I must say, the whole thing could do with a rewrite. As always, I'm Howard Phillips Lovecraft. Thank you.